Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Usain Bolt vs Noah Lyles 3D simulation shows how 200m race would look. A 3D simulation shows exactly how Noah Lyles would fare against 8-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt in a 200m race. Lyles, 28, is the current 100-meter Olympic champion, having secured gold at the 2024 Paris Games. However, this season things have not gone as well as the American would have liked. Throughout the 2025 campaign, the 28-year-old has struggled to deal with the pace of Jamaican athlete Seville over 100m. Seville, 24, raced to a victory over Lyles in the 100m at the 2025 Athletissima Lausanne last week, clocking an impressive time of 9.87 seconds compared to Lyles' 10.02 seconds, which culminated in his third straight loss over the 100m distance in the Diamond League circuit this year. This came after Seville had earlier stormed to victory over Lyles at the London Diamond League meet back in July, finishing with a time of 9.86 seconds to 0.14 seconds quicker than Lyles. It must be said that the 2024 Olympic 100m champion has struggled with both illness and injury since his triumph in France, and he will, no doubt, be hoping to return to his best in the 200m Diamond League final in Zurich on Thursday evening. Current Olympic 200m champion Letzel Tebogo will likely be Lyles' rival for first place in the Diamond League final. Of course, Tebogo, 22, stunned Lyles to win the 200-meter gold in Paris last year and registered an African record 19.46 seconds in the process. And the pair's rivalry will no doubt be a huge talking point ahead of September's IAAF World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. However, despite Tebogo's exploits in the 200m and Lyles in both the 100 and 200m distances, no man has run faster than Bolt in either event. The Jamaican produced a world record time in both distances, 9.58 seconds in the 100m and 19.19 seconds in 200m, during the 2009 World Championships. But how would Lyles fare against Bolt in the 200m race? Well, a 3D simulation published by Motion Athlete predicted exactly what may have happened if the pair did compete. Over 200m, Lyles started better and led until around the 150m mark, before the rangy Bolt quickly ate up the ground to surpass his opponent before striding away with 100m to go. Lyles did regain some ground, but he was no match for Bolt according to the simulation. Featured image credit, Motion Athlete. In a world where time and technology collide, there are questions only imagination and data can answer. What if we could pit legends from different eras against one another? Not in a debate, but in a digital arena where physics and athleticism are simulated to near perfection. In this hyper-realistic 3D simulation, powered by cutting-edge biomechanical data, wind tunnel analytics, and frame-by-frame sprint mechanics, the stage is set. A head-to-head 200-meter race between Usain Bolt, the undisputed sprint king of the late 2000s, and Noah Lyles, the flamboyant, energetic champion redefining the modern era of sprinting. Chapter 1. The Arena of the Impossible. The simulation begins with a cinematic pan across a digital stadium, a futuristic coliseum built from holograms and virtual physics engines. The crowd, though made of light and code, roars with anticipation. Cameras zoom in on two figures standing at the blocks, one familiar for his towering 6 feet 5 inches frame and relaxed swagger, Usain Bolt. The other, compact, focused, and full of electric energy, Noah Lyles. The track is tuned for neutrality. No wind assistance, optimal temperature, and synthetic surface modeled on the fastest tracks of all time. Everything is controlled. The only variable? Human potential. Chapter 2. Breaking down the Titans. Usain Bolt, in his prime circa 2009, comes into the simulation with a personal best of 19.19 seconds in the 200 meters, a record that still stands. His long strides, uncanny top-end speed, and ability to maintain velocity beyond the curve made him an enigma of human kinetics. Noah Lyles, the 2023 world champion and current U.S. record holder at 19.31 seconds, brings a different arsenal. He's explosive out of the blocks, technically refined, and excels on the bend, where Bolt, despite his length, occasionally took longer to find his rhythm. But could Lyles' bend-running finesse overcome Bolt's unmatched second-half surge? This simulation was designed to answer exactly that. Chapter 3. The Start, Lightning versus Gunpowder. Bang! The virtual gun fires, and both athletes react with astounding speed. Lyles, known for his quick starts, gets a slight edge off the blocks. His cadence is tight, knees high, arms pumping. He carves through the bend like a sculptor chiseling marble, efficient, compact, and fast. Bolt, true to form, has a slower reaction time, simulated at 0.165 seconds compared to Lyles' 0.135, but his acceleration is deceptive. Though it looks slow due to his upright posture, Bolt's long strides begin to unwind like a spring uncoiling. By the 50-meter mark, Lyles has a half-meter lead. The simulation captures this in thrilling 3D detail: muscle contractions, joint angles, even simulated lactic acid buildup. Every sinew is modeled with precision. The virtual crowd gasps. Chapter 4. The Curve, Lyles' Domain. From 50 to 100 meters, still on the curve, Lyles begins to extend his lead. His ability to maintain form under centrifugal force is unmatched. While Bolt adjusts to the bend with longer radius turns, Lyles takes advantage of his shorter stature and quicker turnover. At 100 meters, the halfway point, Lyles leads by almost a full meter. Commentators in the virtual sim, voiced by AI versions of real-world sports legends, speculate. Could Lyles pull off the unthinkable? Chapter 5. The Straight, the Rise of a Legend. Then comes the straightaway, the last 100 meters. Here Bolt becomes Bolt. His transition from curve to straight is smooth, graceful, and terrifying for his competition. His top-end speed, simulated at 12.27 meters per second, based on his 2009 form, begins to show. Lyles holds 11.90 meters per second, still elite, but it's not enough to hold Bolt back. At 120 meters, the gap shrinks. At 140 meters, they're neck and neck. Frames show Bolt's lead leg, now aligning with Lyles' shoulders. At 160 meters, Bolt pulls ahead, slowly but surely. Each stride seems to cover more ground than physics should allow. His 2.44-meter average stride length devours the track, while Lyles fights to maintain his tempo. With 20 meters to go, Bolt is up by half a meter. Chapter 6. The Finish, When Legends Collide. The final 20 meters are breathtaking. Lyles, ever the fighter, doesn't give in. He grits his teeth, pumps harder, and manages to prevent the gap from widening. But Bolt's velocity remains relentless. As they cross the finish line, 3D digital timers flash across the screen. Usain Bolt, 19.23 seconds. Noah Lyles, 19.31 seconds. The simulation predicts that Bolt, even slightly past his 2009 peak, would still edge out a prime Lyles, but not by much. It's the narrowest victory margin in their simulated rivalry, just 0.08 seconds. And notably, Lyles matches his personal best. He never broke down, never faded. He simply ran into a once-in-a-century anomaly named Bolt. Chapter 7. The Debrief, Science Behind the Sprint. Post-race analysis within the simulation showcases comparative graphs, force application, ground contact times, stride frequency, and velocity curves. Bolt's peak speed advantage, up to 0.37 meters per second faster, was the key factor in the final 100 meters. Lyles' superior bend efficiency earned him the early lead, a strategic advantage that made the race far closer than most expect. Their form under fatigue was nearly identical, a testament to Lyles' training and Bolt's natural ability. Biomechanic overlays show both athletes hitting nearly identical posture angles at top speed, with Bolt maintaining vertical stiffness better, and Lyles exhibiting more core stability and stride symmetry. The simulation concludes that in 9 out of 10 matchups, Bolt would win, but Lyles would make him fight for every millisecond. Chapter 8. Legacy and the Echo of Greatness. The virtual stadium dims. The avatars of Bolt and Lyles jog back toward the finish line, offer a handshake, then share a moment of mutual respect. It may not be real, but it feels real. Noah Lyles has made it clear. He's not trying to be the next Bolt. He's forging his own path. But this simulation isn't about copying greatness. It's about celebrating what human beings can achieve when biology meets belief. In the end, both runners are champions, and in this 3D world, both are immortal. Epilogue: what the simulation teaches us. While this race may never happen in reality, simulations like this have value beyond entertainment. They teach us about physiology, mechanics, and the limits of human speed. They spark debate, inspire the next generation of sprinters, and remind us that history isn't just a list of times. It's a living, breathing saga of what it means to chase greatness. Who wins in the greatest 200m race of all time? Bolt, yes, by a sliver. But the real winner is the sport itself.